Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share how I made kale cake. This video is part 2 of my healthy cake adventure, where I made red beet cake and green kale cake to take to a family gathering. If you haven't already, be sure to check out part 1 with my beet cake video to get the full scoop. So before I get into the video, when I did the beet cake video, I happened to be wearing like maroonish red that day, and I thought it was really cool, so I got my lighting to kind of match to represent the whole beet cake vibe. So this time I figured it would be cool to get in green and change my lighting to kind of match the whole kale cake vibe. I'm making the same disclaimer that I made with the beetroot video, that I am not a baker, but I love to bake. I also love to explore ways to make meals and treats healthier, especially for my children. I've made kale cake before, so I had less anxiety about making this cake than I did the beetroot cake, and I know my kids enjoyed it, so if nothing else, they'll eat it.
I love that this cake has only a few simple ingredients. I begin by steaming about 3 cups of kale. I didn't actually submerge the kale in water. I used a steaming pot. You can also achieve this by blanching the kale as well. I then cooled it down using cold water just to make sure that it didn't overcook. I then blended or pureed the kale. I added 2 tablespoons of water, but because the kale was pretty moist from the steam, I really didn't need it. After the kale was prepped, I began preparing my batter. This recipe called for 3 eggs, a ½ cup vegetable oil, and a ½ cup applesauce. The applesauce actually reduces the amount of oil needed, and it adds moisture to the cake. I then added 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, as well as 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. I generally use raw cane sugar as opposed to white refined sugar. I then thoroughly blended these ingredients and then added the kale puree to the mixture as well. Using a handheld mixer, I blended all of the ingredients together. Right now it looks a little runny or watery or liquidy, but adding the dry ingredients will help with the consistency. Now I'm ready to add my dry ingredients, which includes 2 cups of plain flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. As I whisk the dry and wet ingredients together, you can see that the consistency is looking more and more like cake batter. Now I'm pouring the batter into 2 8-inch round cake pans. I use parchment paper at the bottom of the pan and grease the sides to prevent sticking. Then I place the batter in a 350-degree preheated oven. It baked for 30 minutes and I allowed it to cool before putting the icing on. For the icing, I used 2 cups of confectioners sugar, 2 tablespoons of softened butter, 2 tablespoons of applesauce, and a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. There you have it, folks, kale cake.
I use kale in my smoothies all the time. In case you're not familiar, kale is packed with vitamins and nutrients. It has fiber and it's loaded with antioxidants, which helps the body remove toxins. It has calcium, vitamin K, vitamin C, iron, and a whole host of additional nutrients and vitamins. So having this type of health kick in a cake is a win-win in my book. So when my family tried this cake at our Thanksgiving gathering, the feedback wasn't bad. Someone even said it tasted like vanilla cake and that they couldn't tell the difference. I consider that a huge win. Well, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know, have you ever tried kale cake and did you like it? Also, if you have any recipes that have healthy ingredients hidden in the dessert or the meal, leave a comment, leave a link. I'm always looking for ways to include healthy ingredients in my desserts. Be sure to like this video if you did. You can hit that subscribe button or not. Until next time, God bless.